Clippers on what they've accomplished, but all these other teams are kind of jumbled up.
George with a floater, it's good. And you were kind enough to tell Darvin Ham that LeBron James. Now on the switch, George, step back three over Reeves. That's good. And the lead is 17 tonight. It's an ankle injury. He played in 81 games each of the last 2 seasons. Normally very reliable. There's a three from Paul George. Turnovers for Reeves. Here's Paul George, who had 9 points in the first half, took only 4 shots, and he knocks that one down to start the third quarter. George being defended by Reddish, who gets the late call to start because of a pre-game injury.
Is a starter in this game, but really it's been, the effort has been so much greater here in the second half. That's what the Clippers might have needed. You know, a tough shot. The ball has not been going. He made a big shot there. Easy one for him, I suppose.
George for 3 again, hits again. Back-to-back triples by Paul George. He has 29 points now. Paul George drills another triple. That's his 5th. He's got 25 points. Vanderbilt. Taurean Prince is out, as well as is Gabe Vincent. Great hang and finish by Paul George. 6-point game, 3.5 minutes to go. George got 5 threes in the game. He's got Anthony Davis on him. He gets past him, and he's fouled by Davis. Count the basket. Difference in the game in shot clocks. George pull-up 3, buries it, and gets the Clippers within 1.
Handles the ball more than Harden, folks. Harden was second most time handling the ball.
Josh Hart, good defense, but Paul George better offense. Josh Hart in.
Barrett gets his usual rest. George sets and hits. Just his second field goal.
111-97 to the Knicks on Monday night. They shot 49%, but got outscored 35-21 in the fourth. And this Spencer Dinwiddie, he opens up 0 of 4 from the field. All of them 3-point tries. In transition, George in attack mode.
A lot of points off of opportunities like this.
Going behind the back for Day'Ron Sharpe. Not sure that was the plan. Count it. Harden. Swing it. Powell for George. Count it for 3. 26-24, LA in front. George defended by O'Neal. Right down the middle. George flips it up and in. Impressive. PG-13.
3-point shots are doing a better job taking care of the basketball and working more collectively here on this end.
Paul George, it's been a one-man wrecking. 75-71. Brooklyn. George picked up by Bridges. The pick, the jumper, it's good.
A missed layup by Kyrie Irving.
He's into double figures. In Mavericks history, they've hit 100 points. It happened tonight with 4.5 minutes. I think 4:31 to go in the third. And that is Paul George. He has 17.
Paul for 3. Coming into today, 6 of his last 12. Last couple of ball games. George gets behind the defense and lays it in. Minutes off the second quarter clock. George goes right around Gilliard and Jackson steps out behind the line for 3. Misses badly. Rebound Westbrook ahead to George to the rack and lays it.
This match inside, but Luke Kennard is helping on the backside with Terrence man on Gilliard.
George. George has been busy.
It's 2 for 4 from behind the 3-point line. So that's 5 to 10 right there between 2 players. The scouting report said they're struggling from behind that.
George for 3. Got it! One man. Clippers looking to push. They could tie with a 3. George. We are tied!
It's picked up by Paul George, and he'll go the other way. Physical to start this ball game by both teams. George puts it up and in. About 21 points a game. Westbrook is on top. The taller and longer Porter on him. Slithering is George down the lane, and he got to go. First quarter.
And that's a nice down screen there by rookie Pickett to free up Jokic.
George, .9,
which means he's touching the basketball every
single time down the court.
Jokic already has 3 assists, and that's laced in. It's a 3.
Wins and losses, I get it. But it's bringing out the best in these players.
It's a shot by Paul George.
Talking at the defensive end. Now he's got his hands full against a red-hot PG.
Paul George, money, a 3. Coming up, the American Express halftime report. With the Hall of Fame foursome of E.J. Kenny, Chuck and Shaq. 3, George bucket. 4 for the defending champion Nuggets. Good steal, defense, man will go the other way, cutting and angling in. 3, George, good! He just goes sprinting for 2, and he's got 8.
Who's going to win small ball here?
George inside, into Brown. And George. And Caldwell Pope will defend. Shot clock at 5. Paul George.
What a shot. Stops him. Right now, Paul George is just making it happen, being the de facto point guard.
Right to the rack with a great. Russell Westbrook. Paul George with 29. And now Caldwell Pope with a steal by Leonard. Picked up by George in the paint to the rack. And
In late October, man, it's around Jabari Smith Jr. into the corner for Paul George. 9 to shoot for the Clippers. George drives on Brooks, spins away, down the lane, hangs down. Point line coming into this game as a career 34% three-point shooter, hitting over half of his triples. Contested jumper for George. It falls, never out there. No substitutions yet for Ty Lue's squad. Although, as I say that, Russell Westbrook, Norman Powell, and newly acquired. And George was cooking in the 7 minutes he played. He had 11 points. Crosses over Jeff Green, rumbles down the lane, hangs and hits again. Despite the Clippers being down by 1. Plenty of time here for now Norman Powell. Can George beat the buzzer? Remember several nights ago, their last time they played, he had 26. Powell drives and dishes to George for the catch and shoot. Trey, it is good. Misses inside. Clippers have the rebound.
Could get an open look here in transition.
George to the rim. Yes! The NBA, it steals, the only team in the league averaging 10 a game. Paul George open 3, and that one finally drops.
Yeah, well, they have outstanding defenders, and you see how they turn defense in
the last 2 games.
That was a tough one, though, where you have to ball fake, leave it, set again, and let it fly.
9 for his last 16 before that. Paul George, 39.
I like this zone right here, too. You guys can just do a good job of playing the area. That was too easy. Victor trying to go.
Here, pro, college, and it's never too early to start thawing your turkey.
No,
or is it?
It's
out. Kelvin 9 is 0-4 from downtown. Cedi Osman has matched his season high.
Well, the Clippers have done a great job just getting physical, rooting them out of the paint area.
Paul George off the inbound for 2.
Showed you a few times.
Tice, a little ball fake. Paul George finds his spot. Pushes the lead. Westbrook. George for 3. He's coming back-to-back, so we'll see if that continues. But if these guys are available and on the floor every night, Paul George, 1391 as Tyronn Lue's got his bench getting ready to come in. Paul George.
The positive attitude that you brought every single day, and not once have we heard you feel like you're down on yourself, you feel sorry for yourself. You guys have to do a better job valuing the basketball.
George, deep.
That looked good
right now. The other night, now boarded the Spurs by 2. George.
Mid-range games just nasty.
17-point game, his high game as a Spur this season. George goes in a 3.
That's killer.
George, 8:11 on the clock. Sohan trying to keep him in front, but he is red hot from the outside now. As Paul George, another 3. Stop this losing streak. Paul George. Timing of
away. A nice pass by Harden, extra pass by Mann. George sheds his defender, mid-range, draws a crowd. Clippers 3 for 5 from the field. Pelicans 5 for 6. Paul see all the games missed there due to injury. They're starting to get healthy as Paul George rises for the 3 and the band sings.
That's a mistake. You leave Norman Powell wide open and he'll make you pay.
George the other way, right down the post. Right time. Harden back the other way. A transition pull-up. That's actually a pass to Tucker. Hands to George for the corner 3. It's good one way or the other. Zion in transition throws it away. Harden back the other way. Clippers don't have numbers, but Paul George rises for the triple anyway. Oh, and he cashes in. George. Hangs and hits. Great stuff. Thank you so much. Turnover against the Pelicans. By the way, the Clippers take the lead for the first time tonight. Can they feather the nest? George for 3. Indeed.
Ways to get him off the screen so he can turn the corner.
Worth pointing out, P.J. Tucker gets the nod in the second half. What a move by George. He hangs. He hits. Lead here in the third quarter, but it's been back and forth. What a shoot for George. Down the lane to the rim and in. 25.
Moved to Massachusetts from Brooklyn, New York at 10 years old. And that's where he grew up to become a 4-star out of high school before committing to...
Quiet in the second half after an electric start to the game. George behind the defense. Jones to beat, lays it. 3. Ingram creating space, missing. Rebound goes to Mann. George leaks out. We've seen this a few times here tonight. There's a lot of extra efforts there for the Clippers to force the turnover. George accelerates. Then he stops on a dime and lays it in. Finds Terrence. The pass. George knocks down a 3.
So tricky with his handle. One of the best in the league at getting to his spots and then rising up. And speaking of which, Paul George once again. Luka misses that another opportunity in transition for the Clippers.
Clippers looking to push. George from the line to the lane, tripped up on the way up. He gets it to a lot of shots, was doing a lot of stuff. And now another turnover. Here come the Clippers on the power play. George sidesteps defenders to the rim and lays it in. Now on the switch, Derek Jones Jr. Shot clock winding down. George doesn't want to touch the ball. Maybe that's a good thing. Lays it up and 44-28. Clippers out in front. Midway through the second quarter. George down the lane. Ball fake to the rim with the right hand, and it is in. And I'm telling you, this is as good as he has looked.
Right there. When he's able to get you to help, you help off of him. Then he makes the assist to a teammate.
Paul deficit out of a 14-point push-it. Crazy things can happen, but a great play to open up the fourth for Ty Lue and the Clippers. By as many as 24, they're trying to run through the tape here. Pick up their 7th win of the season. George, mid-range jumper, it's good. He has 25 to pace the way for the Clippers. From the catch and shoot variety. George glances at the shot clock. Takes a tough shot over a decent defender, if not better. Went into a Detroit Piston game, hit a game winner against his former team in the Pistons. We're hoping it doesn't come down.
Out to Harden, working against Barnes. Sprays it to the corner, one more to George for 3. And Paul George knocks him. Westbrook on the sticks. Edwards starting him. George for 3, it'll count.
Stay in that 2-3 zone. They've got a ton of size on the floor right now.
Lob it over to the top to Paul George. The turnaround is pure.
Floater right there, and guess what he does every night?
Yeah.
He's showing up on the defensive end of the floor.
Paul George with the 3, got it. Barnes guarding George, pardon me, Paul George. 12-footer.
By halftime. Again, second night of it back-to-back. You do not have a lot of the tank.
Looked like they were going a little zone. It didn't matter.
It's a really bright future.
Yeah.
And the core of this group and what Mike Brown is doing with that coaching staff is moving them in the right direction.
Unselfishness like these guys do. I specifically did not mention Draymond at the line because I wanted to see those in. There's 17 in a row. 13 of 28 for the Dubs from beyond the arc. Paul George, you do not want him to heat up. You want to think about your shot selection. This is a really good team when it comes to guarding the three ball.
Paul George is taller than Corey Joseph and shoots over.
They're switching Russell Westbrook pick and roll now.
Paul George well defended, but there's Westbrook again. Paul George three, and he got it off the Westbrook offense.
They're trying to give Steph different looks. He's just reading it.
Clay 22, Steph 22, Draymond 13.
You should be able to get some of these.
You don't want to allow